I recently sent my brother a quote,
Yeah.
basically telling him that I was proud of him and, I'm thinking about him. And then at the end of it, I said, I love you. And he texted me back. Instead of saying, I love you back, he
Yeah.
texted me saying, I love this. I was like, welcome to TheirTalk, a space where two unique voices come together to share real stories and spark meaningful conversations.
Join us as we dive into life moments, big and small, offering advice, insight, and a whole lot of heart.
This is TheirTalk. Let's talk. So I recently sent my brother a quote, basically telling him that I was proud of him and, I'm thinking about him. And then at the end of it, I said, I love you. And he texted me back. Instead of saying, I love you back, he texted me saying, I love this. I was like,
So African.
right? So African. And it made me...
But where is your brother at? Is he here? Or?
Yeah, he's here. He's here in America.
He's here in America?
Yeah, but
and he still have that mentality?
No, but that's what I'm saying. It made me think, I'm like, wow. Like, because we didn't grow up being told that we will love you by our parents, And so I'm feel like, is he... And I don't fault him because I know he loved that. And I know that's his way of saying, I love you back. But it was just funny to me because I know like he's not used to that.
Yeah.
And
what do you normally say I love you to him though? In his defense?
Here and there.
Here and there.
I've started being more aware and more conscious of it because I want him to know that. Even though he knows that, but I want him to be comfortable to even say that back. And yeah, even like with my sister, like I say like I love you, sister, and then she's like, oh, like just like
that's when you text her and say it's okay to say it back.
Yeah, it's okay to say it back.
That's how I do. But honestly, I'm being biased right now, but I actually can relate to what you're just saying, right?
Yeah.
I think that was like 2 years ago. So my sister, she had called me. We don't say we love you to each other, but the funny thing, I would say I love you to my friends, my girlfriends. That will be on the phone, but they got me used to it. So because my girlfriends, they are American white. Yeah. So they're used to that kind of talk. So I realized when I talk to my friend on the phone, when we're getting off the phone, she always say, I love you. So then I feel like I have to say that. So I say it back, you know what I mean?
But do you mean it though?
No, like, I love her, but it's not something that I would say. I'm not used to it. Yeah. So it's the same with me and my siblings. We don't say that to each other, even though we hear.
Right.
That's why I'm saying I'm being biased because I asked about your brother, like, okay, he should know better, but I don't know better either because I don't do it. Yes. So I don't say I love you to my siblings either. So this one time my sister had called me and we talking, then all of a sudden at the end of the conversation, she said, I love you. And then I was like, who's dying? Yeah. She was like, what do you mean? I like, is it you or me?
Yeah.
she said, no one is dying. I just thought that, to be a little more aware, and just say I love you when, we get off the phone. But I was like, she got something off her sleep because my sister be dreaming and her dream be coming true. She probably
so you thought it was something that she saw in her dream.
So I still did not believe her, and I thought maybe she's sick and she hiding it. There's something going on with her. There's no way she's just gonna tell me to love me.
Overthought like crazy. She just want to tell you she loves you.
But you see how sad it is because we're not used to it. We didn't grow up. We didn't grow up with that. Like at home, just like you said. I don't know what that is. I just that your parents love you. They don't have to tell you.
Right.
So,
But honestly, like growing up for me, like I said again, I was never told that on both sides because my parents, they weren't together. My dad did remarry. We were never told in the household.
Yeah.
And sometimes I even question if he even loved me,
just because he don't say it or?
No, because not only did he not say it, but I just didn't believe it due to his actions. It was a lot that was going on. And but now in my adult life, I do believe that he loves me because we had a conversation, we talked it through, and I understand like he just grew up in a different time. And sometimes they don't really like us African, like especially Liberians going through like civil war and us having to be so strong and us having to be so tough. So it's like they didn't grow up with that kind of loving mentality, affectionate. Like even I remember the last time I got a hug. Well, now in my adult life, I hug him, but in my like growing up, like I remember the last time in my teenage year, like it was my graduation. My dad hugged me, and I remember that. But before that, I don't remember the last time he gave me a hug.
You a hug, yeah.
Yeah. So now when I'm around him, I make sure to intentionally hug him, and then I make it for like periods, like I don't know, 3 seconds or 5 seconds or something. You know, only because I want to break that stigma. Yeah. You know, I don't want it to be weird. Yeah. It doesn't have to be weird.
It just seems so weird when we say it, right? Because it's a program. We've all been programmed that way. Not all of us, but in our culture, we are programmed that way that we don't have to say we love you, and we don't grow up saying that. So it's just like you should just know that your parents love you. I should just know my sibling love me. I shouldn't have to tell them it. No. But yeah, it's crazy how that affect us too. Do you think that also affect like your romantic relationship?
Most certainly. For the longest time when I started dating, I wouldn't say I love you. Like I felt weird. And even when I was told, I'm like, you love me? Yeah. Like, okay, you know, you know, when I was like, oh, that's nice. You know, like I didn't know how to act. But that was in my early years. But now as a grown up, like even with my children, I make sure to say that. Like we say I love you, like I love, like it's nothing. There's no, I mean, it is a lot, but it's not awkward. We don't make it awkward. It's just, oh, my mom, she loves me. Okay, mom, love you. You know, I love you too. You know, I'll see you. And
yeah, you see, our kids, they actually, for me, my son teaches me a lot. When I say he does, because he encourages it more than I feel like I do. Sometimes I will be sitting there doing stuff. He literally would just randomly call me and I'll answer. He'll be like, Mommy, I'll answer and say, I love you. It's not, he would do that like periodically. He would do these things and I'll be like, oh my God, like I love you too. You know, I always say I love you too, but it's like, you know, I'm never so used to, I think I love you, but not, you know what I mean? Not in that manner where I'll just sit there and be like, Jared, yes, I love you. But he does that to me. Aww. So it's just like, wow, like, you know, things are changing. Like I can tell my son I love you. I can give him a hug and all of those stuff. And it feels normal. You know what I mean? But growing up, we didn't get that. So we really did not think it's something that you have to do. It also relates to my romantic relationship. From the beginning when I started dating, I didn't think that it was almost like a game. Like even if I love you, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to show you because I don't want you to know kind of thing. I just keep it to myself. So because it's just, you know, that's too heavy. Yeah.
Do you ever, while dating, do you ever think like, man, what if you feel like, do you feel comfortable enough to say it first? Or honestly, you waiting for the man to take the lead and say it?
Honestly, I would tell you, I only been in the one situation, like in like relationship with someone where I felt like I really felt like it deep down, but I did not say it because for me, right, it just so I can just, especially if I'm dating someone, if it comes to like a romantic relationship, I don't just throw the L word like that. Like I want to know I feel it and I meant it. And I also want to know where they are at too. Yeah. Because it can feel like rejection if you tell someone I love you and they don't love you back or reciprocate. Because I had done it before in the past. I was dating someone and they told me to love me. And I just like, you know, I told them thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, he got so mad. He got so butthurt. He got butthurt about it. I mean, he was not mad, but he got butthurt about it. Like at some point, he was so hurt about it. He like,
why was he hurt about
it? Because he thought that I don't love him. Because he's like, you know, you don't understand like how it feels to love someone and they don't love you back.
But what if you wasn't ready?
Exactly. That's what I said. I just not ready, and I just cannot. I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to say it just because you told me it or you're saying it. I want to say it like when I mean it, when it's coming from, you know, within. But I never really been in a situation where I'm like, I'm waiting for the person to say it, or I feel like I want to say it, but I didn't say it. It only happened once where I wanted to say it, but I didn't because I was not sure where they were at. So I was still trying to gauge where they're at. Yeah. So I don't want to like put all my egg in the basket right there like that and set myself up for failure in a sense. But yeah, it's scary.
I've only been in one relationship where I said it first.
You did?
And I meant it.
Yeah.
But it came out so naturally. Like exactly. It was like, it wasn't like I didn't even have the time to think before I can even think about it. My mouth is already uttering the words. Yeah. Like, and fortunately enough, he said it right away.
That's good.
And later when I thought about it, I was like, wait, did I just say I love you first? And he was like, but it was like wait later. And he was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, did you feel pressure to say it back, or did you actually mean it? And he said, I meant it, and that's why I said it.
You see, that's good.
I think sometimes we put 20 on 10. You know, like sometimes it's like it's really not. It's not that. Especially with like, that's a way of showing your affection too. Right. And one of my love languages is affection and words of affirmation. So that for me now is definitely like you know, it's big.
Yeah,
you know?
I actually now growing up right as an adult now, I don't think, you know how they have all these rules on the L word, like, you know, love you word, right? Where you, who say it first, or how long it have to be for someone to say it. I mean, I have been in a situation where someone told me I love you, and then I was like, little bit, you know, I'm like looking at you like with a side eye, like, how can you love me? We just started like, yeah, it had not been that long. Do you really love me? You know what I mean? Like, how do you know that you love me this quick?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, even in a situation like that where, but then as I grew up and I think about that, like it doesn't matter. Like if you feel that way, if that's how you feel, then that's how you should express it. And I don't think there should be like a time limit, and I don't think there should be like a who say it first. It should be whatever you feeling, right?
Comes natural to you.
Yeah, if you feel it, you want to say it, then you say it. Like, you should not have to hold on to it.
However, I did have actually many different occasions where like my coworkers, you know, like they were leaving or something and they gave me a hug, which I don't mind. I love hugs. I tell everybody I get free hugs.
Yeah.
They were leaving. She was like, I love you. And I was like, oh my God. I felt weird because like although I do love her as a person, but I feel like I love you is like very
strong.
Yeah. Very sentimental and very heavy. You know what I mean? I don't just like casually say, oh, I love you. Like until like, even if it's a friend, if I say I love you, like I really mean it, you know? But she was my coworker and we weren't like all that, you know, whatever.
I see what you're talking about.
And so I was like, oh, you know, I just hugged her a little bit tighter.
Like, squeeze. Like, that's my love language right there.
Right. No, but that was the only I've had definitely awkward moments like that. But now like I try not to make it weird. Like I don't want to overplay it.
Yeah, some people don't read it when they're saying it. It's just like saying that, oh, you are a good person, I care for you, I like you. But the way we see it for us, it's just like it's this big thing. Like I love you is a big thing, so I can just say it. Like we have.
But have you seen like those people on like social media who will like run into a celebrity and be like, oh, let's say I don't know, I don't want to say Beyonce because holy, you know, like Wendy Williams or something. I love you, like you know. Or, oh, Usher, I love you so much. And it's like, do you really love that person?
I know.
Like, do you even know
but some people be loving them though, like that. Like some people
you can love their art, but do you know them to love them? Do you know like what, like R. Kelly, right? For example, people, oh, I love you, R. Kelly. And then when this whole case came out and then like everybody turned it back, it was like, did you actually love him like that? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just, I don't know you.
Yeah, it's so weird to me how like people fan out like crazy over celebrities and stuff. Because the way I look at it is like you can love their art form, you can love what they do, but until you actually really know somebody, like
you see, that's what I was talking about. Where I know sometimes, right, it should not be, there shouldn't be a time limit. But at the same time, if we don't really know each other like that, if we haven't had like important conversations, you know, we have to have like some deep, important conversation where you really know me for like who I am, not just surface level. If we are at that level, at that point where you know all of these things about me, and then you say that, and I'll be like, okay, so you know all of these things, you're saying it, so you must, you know, it must be true. But I'm like, do you really know me to tell me that you love me? Because there's things about me now that you don't know. If you find out, like,
what do I stand for? Do you know my character? Do you know what I believe in? Like, does that align with your values? You know? But then also, like, I've had relationships where, like, where the guy would say, "I love you so much," but then yet be able to cheat on me. You know, it's like, do you really love me though? You love me so much that you could.
No, you know what? I guess the cheating part is a whole nother conversation that we can have another time, right? Because they will tell you that. Yeah. They will tell you that I can just because I cheat on you doesn't mean I don't love you.
Right.
They will tell you that. I had someone tell me just because they actually gave me an analogy. They say if you go to the restaurant, you order, let's say you order a salmon, and then you look over on your right or on your left, you see another person that have order a steak, and you saw the steak look so good, and then you admire that steak, and then, oh damn, that steak looks so good, I want to try it. Does that mean you don't like the salmon that you order? That's the analogy they give me, and that stuck to me. This is just because I want to try that steak doesn't mean I don't love my salmon. I still want my salmon. I still love my salmon, but I just want to try the steak. You see how crazy that is? That's how I'm telling you. Like the whole that topic is a whole nother topic that we can discuss another time.
It's just like,
yeah.
No, wait a minute. I just got it. So what was he trying to say? That he loves you, but then he still want to try it?
Yeah.
These men.
Yeah. So sometimes, and then sometimes people will throw the word around, right? Especially when it comes to like a relationship. They will say, I love you because they think that's what you want to hear. Even if they don't mean it, but I want you to mean it when you say it.
No, for sure.
I don't want you to just tell me just
don't
because.
Just casually say it for real. Because like, why would you just casually throw that word around with me?
Exactly.
You know?
And yeah, I guess, yeah. So anyway, so maybe you guys have your own stories or you have your own take on it. What do you think? Like, do you think it's okay to say there should be a time limit, or there should be, like, you should know the person, or who should say it first? Like, what do you think?
Yes, and definitely join the conversation. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and become a part of our community. We want to hear from you guys. Thank you for joining us again.